Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and in this video we are going to take a look at the WitAqua 3.0, which is based on Android 16 for our Galaxy S7, the S7 Edge, the Note 7 and the Note FE. So without wasting any more time, let's take a look at it. So guys, this is WitAqua 3.0, another custom ROM based on LineageOS. Let's check its info first, going down here about device. Down here it says Android version 16 and you can see WitAqua, your banner, Android version 16, WitAqua version 3.0, official by Doze-off. So this is an official GSI ported to S7 by Eylem and other developers, which is also Rafa. And here we also see the kernel version. We have November security patch, so get almost the latest 2025 security patch. So guys, this ROM is based on LineageOS, but we're going to still check all the settings, your basic device settings, and see if there's any change. WitAqua Magic is the customization tab, and it comes with some minimal customization, which we're going to talk later. First, let's move into notifications. Here we have all the basic settings only. We don't get anything extra. You have everything in with LineageOS. We have heads up option here into notifications, so you can enable that if you want heads up notifications. Sound and vibrations, everything is same. We have charging sounds. Per app volume control has been added. I'm not sure if LineageOS is having this, but yes, we have per app volume control in this ROM. This is nice. Then going into display, we have all the basic stuff. Dark theme, we have pure black. We have live display from LineageOS, so you can configure your display mode. You have reading mode and you have color calibration also supported. We have colors here. You can choose from natural, boosted, saturated and adaptive colors. And we also have reality display engine, which you can configure according to whatever you want. You can check on what thing you're going to do, and then you can check that option. We have peak refresh rate. Obviously it will be there for only 60 Hz because our device supports that only. Tap to wake doesn't work, so I have disabled it. And we have tap to sleep and wake on plug. In wallpaper and style, we have this basic wallpaper. If you see in the home screen, WitAqua wallpaper looks nice. And down below we have the same stuff from Lineage. Here we have some icons which you can configure, so you can choose from that. And getting back, we have some basic fonts too. We have some 5-6 fonts. We have some new fonts, but those are only like 2 or 3 new fonts which you can check out. And we have shapes, icon shapes. You can configure a lot of shapes here, so you can also choose that. So you get all the basic stuff which should be present in a custom ROM. You also have themed icons which will convert your home screen icons into this themed one. Looks nice with that cyan blue color. And okay, let's get back here. Here we have battery, and this is the battery graph. So this looks same, not the graph, but yes, this is the battery usage graph. Looks nice. Just a basic, so it doesn't matter. Battery manager, battery information, you have some info, all basic stuff. Getting down, yeah, here we do not have anything. Let's go into system straight away. Into buttons, we have invert layout, we have power menu, we have advanced restart option down here, just like Lineage. Getting down, yeah, just volume panel. We have show panel on left, which works fine, so that's not an issue here. We have basic. We have gestures, double press power button, navigation mode. You can configure. You have one-handed mode, but I don't think so anyone needs this with Lineage or the this ROM. You have double tap to check phone. Let's see if it works. Double tap doesn't work, so yeah, it was highly impossible that this option would work. This needs double tap to wake enabled. And we have swipe to screenshot. We have 3-finger screenshot, which works fine. That's nice. So yeah, that is all for your basic system settings that we get with the WitAqua ROM, and all LineageOS settings we are getting, so that's basic. Now the first time when you boot this ROM, you need to do this Treble settings. You need to open this app, and here you need to move down into Samsung settings. Now there's a temporary fix for brightness, so you have to set this value. If you're rooted, you can use the rooted method, which is mentioned down below. You can use the JSON, but You need to set this value, click on OK. Then you need to enable extra dim. Without extra dim, the display will be this bright. So just enable extra dim, and then you can configure the brightness through here. So you can decrease for a lower brightness and increase for a higher brightness. So this is how you need to use brightness on this ROM currently. So there's no other option related to brightness fix, but yeah, if it's there, it's in the future, then I will surely notify you guys with the other ROMs video. Now one more option in the treble settings to make your device smooth is you have to go into display settings. Now you need to choose force refresh rate and set it to your basic 60 Hz. Then you need to enable these options. You can see whatever is enabled here, you have to enable all these options. Coming down below, you have blur option, you need to disable it and just reboot device once. Obviously the things will get applied, but still reboot the device once and your device will work in a better way, like process things better, will be smoother than before, and the blur will also be disabled, so it would be really efficient in terms of performance and battery. Now we're going to straight away move into WitAqua Magic, the customization tab, and here first we see themes and UI. So we get Monet settings, which is the first UI setting. So you can see you get all the basic Monet settings which we see in all other ROMs. So that is, you can configure your device accordingly the theme you want. Then we have system font, which you already seen. These are the fonts you can see. If you want to set this fonts, 2-3 new fonts, you can. I have set this new font. Emoji, you also have custom emojis, so you can set these emojis and also add yours through Magic if you want. System icons, these are all the options. So about UI changes, we get a lot of stuff. Icon shapes, lots of options regarding this. Signal icon, I don't have a SIM card right now, but yeah, you can choose and it should work fine because my Wi-Fi icon works. In Wi-Fi, as you can see, I have set this one and the icon in the status bar has been set. So looks nice and we get a lot of options to customize. So every day you can choose another icon, and we have screen off animation CRT, works fine. Charging animation, and we have floating rotate button, which will help you easily rotate your device if you rotate it like this. So you get this floating rotate button. That's really nice. We have lock screen options, charging stats, smart space. We have that Google smart space. It will show you some info. If you want to disable that, if you want to add your the weather service, you can also do that. Here into weather settings, you need to enable the weather service. Then you can enable disable smart space, and you have all these options enabled, so you can choose that. Going back into power menu, we have just one option, show on secure lock screen, so you can disable this for security. Now the power menu, okay, it is showing right now because I don't have a secure lock screen. Secure lock screen means pin pattern or anything. Then we have status bar options. We have network traffic monitor, Wi-Fi standard, status bar tuner, which has some icons you can enable and disable. So yeah, you also have VoLTE, but sadly it doesn't support our device in AOSP ROMs, so that's not an option. We have clock and date, background chip to the clock, status bar action chip, you have compact, you have show media progress, so you can also choose that. This is really nice. We have battery style, and you have a lot of battery styles. You can see One UI 7, iOS 16. So you have One UI 7 icon if you're missing it. If you want One UI 7, at least something of One UI 7 on iOS 7, then you have this option. And you also have iOS 16 option. So yeah, whatever you can, you have a lot of options. Battery percentage, brightness control, and we have some privacy indicators which you can also hide if you don't want them in the status bar. That's easy. Quick settings, we have hide on lock screen, same as power menu. I don't have a secure lock screen right now. Secure quick setting style require unlock. So if you have it enabled like the above option, and if you want to, if you have it disabled and if you want to press any of your quick settings, you need to unlock the device. We have header interface, header image, battery style. In quick settings, you can also set it to follow status bar. You can set a different icon. So I set it to landscape. You can see it's a different icon here. So yeah, it's not following status bar. You have haptic feedback, but it doesn't work in the AOSP GSI ROMs based on Android 16. brightness ladder and all that you can configure. We have notifications, we have kill app and island notification. You can also choose it for now playing, so this is also a great option. Then going into miscellaneous, we have some miscellaneous spoofing stuff. You can see these are some options which you can easily bypass the restrictions, like ignore window secure flags, no storage restrict, allow app downgrade, and pocket detection for good use in pocket, or it might dial it, your device might dial it to someone. And that was it for your WitAqua magic customizations. So guys, that's it for the WitAqua 3.0. It's basic, it's solid, it has some useful customizations. It does not have a ton of it, but it has all the basic stuff. It has UI changes. You can change status bar icons. You can add a lot of icons, battery, signal, Wi-Fi. You can change everything. So if you want basic theming options, and you also have spoofing options, so if you want that, you can install this ROM. Also, this is based on LineageOS. Comes with only a vanilla variant, so you have to install GApps separately. That is why I'm going to show you how to install this perfectly on your Galaxy S7 with all the GApps and all the stuff. So let's move directly to the installation right away. So guys, in order to install, we need the TWRP by AJ, and you need to press the volume up, home button and the power button at the same time to reboot into TWRP recovery mode. You need to wait after the device power is off. Yeah, wait for some seconds, then you can press these 3 buttons and your device will reboot into the TWRP recovery mode. The device has successfully booted into TWRP. Now the first thing you have to do is install. I have all the stuff into my SD card, and also as you can see I have EvoX. So the next video on the S7 will be of EvoX. I was going to get review of EvoX first, but I installed the WitAqua to see how it is. I had never installed WitAqua before, so first of all you need to flash the universal repartitioner. Make sure you back up all your data because it is going to properly format your internal storage, so you don't have to worry about it later. So please back up everything before, and this is going to reboot your device automatically into recovery. So yeah, you need to do nothing, just wait until it gets booted into the TWRP recovery. As you can see, we have rebooted back into recovery, and this was automatic obviously after flashing the repartitioner. Now to check for any mount errors, if you're flashing it for the first time, the repartitioner, then you might get mount errors. So for that you just need to go to wipe, and those options are, I guess, data, cache and system. So you need to wipe the system and cache. Not wipe, you need to resize. So for cache you need to go to repair, not resize, change file system, check ext4 and resize. That's it for all the options that are throwing the error. I guess that was system and cache as far as I remember. Do it for that. And for data you need to go into repair, change file system, change to F2FS. As you can see, I have already changed to F2FS, so I don't need to do it again. But yeah, you can change it to F2FS if you want a faster performance. But if you want stable and more battery life, then you can just keep ext4. No need to change. Now after doing all that, you need to wipe everything. This is going to wipe all the partitions. Obviously we have free partitions, but yeah, still. Now you need to install the WitAqua zip. But before this, I'm going to show you something. We have wiped everything, all the partitions. Now first of all, go to advanced wipe, system, repair, and you can see the size. It says 7210 MB, which means yeah, it's a lot. Now let's flash the GSI best WitAqua, and I'm going to show you how much system space it shows. Also guys, the installation of the WitAqua has been finished. Also you can see battery is just 9%. So guys, make sure you charge your phone properly, unlike me, which I have not charged. Now we are going to flash GApps, but before that, if you flash GApps directly, it will throw you an error. For that, first go to wipe, advanced wipe, system, repair or change. Here you can see system is showing only 2944 MB in free 77 MB. That's why GApps won't get installed. So first of all, you need to do is just click on resize file system. I need to swipe to resize. It has resized the file system. Now go back again, go to wipe system, repair or change, and you can see now we have the size calculated properly of the system partition. Now go to install and choose any GApps. I'm using GApps. I have the full version on my PC, so I'm just easily installing that one. You can also install a very lighter version which takes you to only the basic GApps. So I'm using this full version. You can see even the full version gets installed, so the basic GApps will get easily installed. As you can see, GApps are getting installed, or it might have failed just somewhere here. Yeah, I will show you that. Yeah, after this process, the GApps it gets failed and it says system space only 1.5 GB and you are above that. So yeah, that's how to install GApps on your GSI based board ROMs. So guys, GApps have been successfully installed and my device is just 5%. Let's reboot the device quickly, and that is it. You will successfully boot into WitAqua GSI based Android 16 ROM for the Galaxy S7, the S7 Edge, the Note 7 and the Note FE. So if you guys like the video, press the like button. If not, the dislike button is there. Then provide your feedbacks in the comment section, which is just down below. And that's it guys. See you guys soon. Till then, take care and please stay subscribed. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. You can also join the channel. So that's it guys. Bye bye. Take care. Phew.